I'm Paul Wagatill from Cyber Risk Alliance. I'm here with Grant Meyer, who is the Identity Director at a large manufacturing supply company. We're here at the HIP conference, Hybrid Identity Protection Conference, presented by Semper's here in beautiful, sunny, finally, New Orleans, Louisiana. So Grant, what do you do regarding identity in your company?
Well, I mean, our team owns the provisioning and the deprovisioning and the engineering aspects of all of identity. So we manage all of that. We try to do it from an automation perspective. That way, there's not a lot of hands in the mix. But there are some things that are still done manually. We're trying to work on getting that modernized.
Okay. And what are you doing here at the HIP conference?
Well, one of the things I like to do is stay current, understand what the risks are in the field, and things that we could be doing either better, or if we're already doing it, how that's being used in a way to support that from a business perspective.
Fantastic. And how do you guys protect identity in your company?
Well, we use a lot of different tools, but from a privilege perspective, we do a lot of things with PIM. So we use some privileged identity management tools to help govern any type of super privileged activity. And then, we've got a big cloud provider for our IDP, and they also offer a similar type of tool within their cloud tool. And we do the same thing for both on-prem and.
How many dedicated IT personnel do you have on staff?
So we have a fairly large group because I work for corporate IT. When it comes to servers and systems and things like that. So that part, I would say we're probably in the 20 or 25 globally. From an identity perspective, from an engineering team, we have 3 or 4. And then, we help set some policies from a global perspective and work with other team members in the APAC and the EMEA regions.
Okay. And where do you see the future of identity security going within greater realm of cybersecurity?
Well, it is my personal opinion that identity is the source of truth, right? When we look at the integrity and the barrier of everything that we're trying to do, so we're doing a lot of things to secure that at the forefront. A lot of MFA requirements. If you require privilege, we make sure it's a phishable resistant type of method. And we've done a lot of things to modernize in that realm.
Excuse me. And one last question: if you kind of had your total way, godlike power over the identity structure in your company, what would you do?
Well, I mean, one of the things that we're working on now is really trying to understand. We've gotten a pretty good feel for named users, and we've got some good understanding and compensating controls around that. The gap always seems to be around the service counts, and so trying to really understand where service counts are being used still. Or if they're not, that's a gap that we really want to understand and close. And then, especially privileged accounts when it comes to a type of a service account. So just really understanding that from that perspective.
Yeah, it must be difficult to detect those. There was an interesting presentation earlier today where the speaker recommended basically assigning a human to every single service account, every single machine account, just so he would know where they were and have somebody responsible for that.
So we've done some really fancy things in the last couple of years where we start tagging. So somebody makes a request for a service account now, we tag the service account with an owner, whereas in the past that hadn't been done. So now when we have some trackability. Now that doesn't mean that person never leaves, but we have we have somewhere to start, which is a difficult problem when you look at an account that may be around for a very long time. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like, well, what is this being used for? Well, it was used for this. Is that still around? Well, I don't know. I mean, so there's like a laundry list of questions that we have to deal with. So that's one of the things that we've also matured throughout the last couple of years.
Yeah. And I can understand. I imagine that's sort of just like slowly accumulating technical debt with these accounts.
Well, and understanding from a long period of time, you gain a lot, but you never decommission. You
Yeah.
gain more, and then you never decommission. So this is one of the things that, as an industry, finding ways to identify those deprecated accounts that still live, because those are the ones that are ultimately probably going to be the ones with the highest risk.
Yeah, especially the ones you don't know about. Okay, those are all the questions. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Just listening to presentations and the experience that I get here, I'd like to express my gratitude and appreciation for all the team that goes to put this together. I always seem to get a lot out of it. So thanks.
Excellent, great. Thanks. So this has been Grant Meyer with a large manufacturing supply company. He's the IT director there, and I'm Paul Wagenseal from Cyber Risk Alliance.